So welcome, my name is Katie and I'll be guiding you through a flow practice today. And you can come onto your mat, getting any props you feel like you might need. I've got 2 blocks and a strap. If you don't have those at home, you can always use books or a scarf as a strap, books as blocks, and pillows, blankets as bolsters. The props that you need. So just gather that, and then when you're ready, come into a comfortable meditative position on your mat. That can be cross legs, half lotus, full lotus, whatever's comfortable for you. And when you come into this space, make sure you have enough opening in the hips that you don't feel tense, that you're not hunching through the spine. So if you need to put a prop under the sits bones, stay nice and rooted through the sits bones, grow tall through the torso, energize out of the crown. And just take time here, maybe closing down the eyes or softening the gaze, and connect in with your breath. Taking a nice deep inhale, feeling the belly rise, the chest lift, expanding with the breath. Full exhales, releasing all the breath. Take this time to come into your space, connect with your practice. And today I'd like to bring the intention of creativity into our flow practice. And you can choose what this means to you. It might be one word, it might be graceful, freedom, it might be a mantra. I am fluid, I am limitless. With your soft gaze or your closed eyes, take time to set an intention that resonates with you. Inhale, exhale, and holding this intention throughout your practice, we'll begin to move with the breath. Exhaling to bring chin to chest. Inhale to roll right ear to right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear to left shoulder. Moving through these half neck rolls at your own pace, your breath as your guide. And if it's comfortable for your neck, you can take a full roll, drawing a big circle with the tip of your nose, finding extension through the front of the throat, making sure not to collapse in the back of the neck. Full circle one way, and then reversing. And you're welcome to stay with the half neck rolls, side to side. And with your next inhale, lift the gaze, lift the arms. As you exhale, goalpost the arms, open the chest. Inhale to sweep the arms up. Exhale to goalpost. Feel the shoulder blades draw together, in and down the back. One more like this. Inhale to lift the arms. As you exhale, bring left fingertips to the mat. Reach up and over with the right arm. Nice lateral stretch through the right side of the body as you flex through the left. Mindful not to collapse in the left side. A lifting from the waist, a lengthening through the body. Using your breath to deepen this stretch, feel the inhale expand the ribs. Inhale to come back through center. Exhale to the other side, right hand to the mat, left arm up and over. And we're mindful to open through the chest. Reach out of the hand, find space in the body. Inhale to come through center. And follow your own pace here. A breath to each side, moving fluidly, moving with your intention. One more to each side. Inhale back through center. And as you exhale, bring right hand to left knee. Left hand comes behind the low back, twisting out of the waist. Taking your gaze behind you. And take time here, generating this twist from the mid-back, the thoracic spine. Staying rooted through the sits bones. And as you exhale, draw the navel into the spine, deepening your twist. As you inhale, find length from the tailbone to the crown. Let your inhale bring you back through center. And exhale to twist to the other side. Left hand to right knee, right hand behind the low back. Content the fingertips. You can add gentle pressure with the left hand on the right knee. And feel your roots grow down into the earth, out of your sits bones. Draw energy up from the ground, send it out of the crown of your head. And you can deepen this twist with your gaze, taking it behind you. Full spinal twist. Inhale brings you back through center. Exhale to release. Rolling over the knees, coming into a tabletop position. Moving any props out of the way. Coming into tabletop on your mat. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Some gentle cat-cows here. Inhale, sweep the gaze up, lift through the sits bones. Exhale to round the spine, belly up and in. Inhale, chest comes forward, belly drops. Exhale, round, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Create space between the shoulder blades. And find yourself back in a neutral spine, tabletop position. Belly is drawing up and in, Uddiyana Bandha, long from the crown of the head to the tailbone. And from here, we're going to energize the outside of the hip, coming through some fire hydrants. So with stable, steady base of support through the hands and the left knee, begin to float the right knee out to the side. Engage through the outer hip, the inner thigh, and come back through center. Two more just like this. Lift through the hip, activate, squeeze, and lower. One more. Keep breathing here. And then extend the leg long out behind you. Reaching out of the heel, flexing the toes, find length through the back body. When you're ready, inhale, left arm lifts. Nice long neck here, slight gaze just in front of you. And as you exhale, knee and elbow meet, use the core. Inhale to extend. Exhale, contract. One more like this, reaching. Exhale, contract. Holding arm and leg in opposing directions, reaching, lengthening. And then slowly begin to rotate. Arm and leg out to opposite sides. Stable through the right hand and the left knee. Bring left hand to the mat and set the right foot down. You want a long line from the edge, from your hip, your knee to the edge of your foot. Solid here, toes face forward. If you are uncomfortable in your left knee, your supporting knee, you can fold your mat, you can get a blanket. And And if you're comfortable here, inhale to sweep the arms up. Lifting, reaching, solid through that right foot, active, reaching out of the edge. And as you exhale, bring right hand down the side of the leg, reach up and over with the left. Opening through the side body. Inhale through center. Exhale, bring left hand to the mat, reach up and over with the right fingertips. One long line of energy from the tips of the fingers to the edge of the foot. Engage through the core here to sweep back up through center. Exhale, fingertips come down in front of you. Two options here. You can tuck the back toes, and as you sit the hips, you start to get a stretch through the arch of your left foot. Gentle stretch through the inner thigh on the right. If you'd like to deepen the stretch on your right side, untuck the toes and come a little lower. Stay active through that right foot, toes are still facing forward. And you can slowly bring the head down to rest. Your body is your own best teacher. Tuning in, noticing the difference between a stretch and an overstretch. Be gentle with yourself. And when you're ready, inhale, bringing the chest forward, stacking wrists under shoulders. Activate through the core again to float the right leg up, send it behind you. Hold it out nice and long, engaging, energizing out of the heel, and come back to tabletop. Take a moment, take any intuitive movements to reset, and we'll take that to the other side. So from here, rooted through the hands, we're going to inhale, lifting our left knee, fire hydrant, engaging through the outer hip, inner thigh. You can flex the toes, yogi toes. Exhale, release. Inhale to lift. Building those stabilizing muscles on the outside of the hip, protecting our joints. And once you've done 3 fire hydrants, bring the knee back through center and then extend the leg long. Find your balance here. Energize out of the heel, flex the toes. Belly is up and in. Inhale, right arm lifts. Find that core contraction, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale. As you inhale to extend, activate through the back body and slowly begin your rotation. Arm and leg out to opposite sides, countering your balance. Flex the toes. Bring right hand back to the mat. Take time to set the left foot down. One long line, hip to heel. From here, with your inhale, sweep the arms up. Stay active out of the edge of your foot, toes face forward. As you exhale, bring left hand down the leg, reach up and over with the right. Inhale, find length. Find opening through the intercostal muscles of the ribs. Inhale through center. Exhale to the other side. Right hand meets the mat, left hand comes up and over. Long through the left side of the body. Engage the core here to inhale, arms through center. And as you exhale, hands can come to the mat. Again, variation here, you can tuck the toes, bringing hips to heel, getting a stretch through the arch of your foot, gentle stretch through the inner thigh. What you did to one side, do to the other. So if you untucked the toes and took the hip to the heel, coming all the way down, I invite you to do so again on this side. Breathing here. Send the breath where it's most needed. Finding your own version of these poses, the asana, creating a sequence, a pose that feels best in your body. Inhale brings the chest back over fingertips, wrists under shoulders. Inhale, sweep the leg up, engage the core, send it behind you. Come into tabletop. Take a moment here, move freely, circle the hips one way and then the other. Move side to side. Explore child's pose. When you are ready, first down dog of our practice, tuck the toes, sweep the sits bones up to the ceiling, and take time to move here. Wiggle and twist, bend, float. Find any movements that feel good. When you're ready, find stillness. Thinking about our base here. Hands first, fingers spread wide, rooting down through that meaty part in our hand between the index finger and the thumb. Thinking about spirals, slight spiraling inward of the forearms, spiraling outward of the upper arms, the biceps. These are micro movements. You might not be able to see them with the eye, but you can feel them in the body. And as you spiral your biceps outwards, feel the length created in the upper back, under the arms. Give a gentle nod, yes, to the head. Shake no. Releasing the neck. Feel your sits bones reach upwards and back. Create space between them, space in the sacrum. And as you engage your quads, the front of your legs, feel how your heels root more deeply into the ground. Strong in your down dog. One more breath here. Belly is drawing up and in, Uddiyana Bandha. As you exhale here, feel Mula Bandha, the pelvic floor, engaging. And then keeping those bandhas activated, inhale up onto the toes, roll the body forward like a wave. Plank. Draw the belly up and in, rock back to down dog. Feeling your own graceful movements. Small, controlled. Wave the body back. One more time. Exhaling to down dog. From this down dog, taking the gaze between the hands and stepping or floating forward. With your inhale here, half lift, flat back. Fingertips can be on the mat or palms to shins, finding extension. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale to sweep the arms up all the way to standing. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, send the hips back, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the palms, jump or step to down dog. Sending sits bones up to the sky. Inhale to sweep your right foot up and back, nice and long. Flexing the toes, reaching out of the heel. Slowly bring knee to nose. Set the foot down between the hands. From this low lunge position, playing with a side lunge. Bringing the back heel to the mat, turning the front toes. Lots of variations here. Find what feels best in your body. If your heel's lifting like mine and the ankles don't have the flexibility to root through the heel, that's fine. If your heel is on the mat and your toes are flexing upwards, that's fine. You're also welcome to plant the foot, toes facing forward. And if you want to play with your balance here, draw your hands to heart center. In this side lunge, working on our control within creative movement. So from here, making your way through center. Inhale to energize. And as you exhale, float through center, goddess, legs. Hold here. Active through your feet, wide through your knees. Mindful not to arch the low back. Engage the core. And can you slowly and steadily move to the back of your mat? Side lunge on the other side. And from here, if you need the hands to come to the mat for support, please feel free. Play in these poses with your hands wherever is best. Slowly make your way back through center. Goddess legs. Come to the front of your mat, turn the toes, low lunge. From here, plant the palms, step your way to plank, hold. Option to lower the knees for your first chaturanga. Elbows point to the back of the mat, collarbones stay broad. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale to lift the left leg nice and long. Exhale, knee to nose. Slow and steady here. Set the foot down between the hands. Coming for our low lunge on this side. Turning to make this a side lunge. Rotate the feet. Find the pose that works for your body. Option to float the hands up. From this position, move through center. Widen the knees, sit the hips. Gentle, slight tuck to the pelvis so that we're not arching the back to be here. With your inhale, sweep the arms up, straighten the legs. Exhale to goddess. Goal pose the arms. Option to play with lion's breath here. Inhale up. Exhale, open the eyes wide, stick out the tongue. 2 more like this. Beautiful way to release stagnant energy. Come back through goddess. Come to the back of your mat. Side lunge. And then slowly make your way back through center. Goddess legs. Inhale, extend. Exhale, hands to hips. Turn the toes to the side of your mat. Find length through your crown. As you exhale, send the hips back. Chest parallel to the mat. Find length through the crown. Take a sip of air. Exhale to fold forward, wide-legged. Play with variation in this wide-legged fold. You can tiptoe the feet wider. You can take peace fingers around the big toes. Letting the crown of the head come down towards the mat. Feeling a gentle opening through the back of the legs. Taking any variation of wide-legged fold for another 2 breaths. And as you inhale, coming up with a flat back, hands can be on hips. Turn the toes to the top of your mat, low lunge. Plant the palms, step to plank. Option for a vinyasa here, or come straight to down dog. If we'd like, drop the knees, chaturanga. Inhale through up dog, tops of the feet pressed into the mat, thighs are lifted and engaged. Exhale, roll over the toes, down dog. We're going to move through that sequence again, adding a little more variation. Inhale, sweep the right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Lunge to side lunge. Hands to heart, or if you'd like a challenge, overhead. Move through center, goddess legs. Inhale up. As you exhale, hands to hips, turn the toes. Wide-legged fold. Twisting here, taking one hand right under the face. Inhale, open the chest, left arm up. From here in this twist, if you'd like a deeper opening through the shoulder, you can bring left hand behind the low back, pressing to the outside of the hip with the back of the hand, or reaching for the front of your thigh. Hold here with the breath. Exhale, draws the navel in, deepening the twist. Gently unwind. Come back through your twist to your fold. Switch hands, hand on the mat. Inhale, right arm sweeps up. Lift the gaze, follow the fingers. And if you'd like, take that right hand, back of the hand can press into the left hip, or we can wrap around, gripping the front of our thigh, opening through the shoulder. Exhale to deepen. Inhale to create space. Gently unwind. Come back through center into your fold. One breath. And with your next inhale, reach the arms up, lift with a flat back. Hands can come through heart center or stay overhead as you lunge to the back of your mat. Slow, controlled movements. Side lunge through center. To the front of your mat, turn into your lunge. Step back to plank. Option to flow through vinyasa or straight to down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Sweep it up and back. Knee to nose. Step the foot between the hands. Low lunge. Changing this again into side lunge. From this position, hands where you'd like them, make your way through center. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, goddess. You can bring thumbs to the insides of the thighs and drop the shoulder, twist the gaze, pressing open through the knee, the inner thigh. Inhale through center, exhale, twisting. You can get funky with it, moving at your own pace, playing in this pose. And when you're ready, inhale back up. Exhale, goddess. Lunge to the back of your mat. Come back through center. Find the front of your mat, find your lunge. Step to plank. And you can lower down here, chaturanga. Move through up dog, down dog. Where we'll meet and hold. Taking the gaze forward, engaging the bandhas, release every last bit of breath. With an empty belly, float to the front of your mat. Landing lightly, not a sound. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold deeply. Inhale to sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands through heart center. From here, we're going to flow through 3 sun salutation A's, meeting and holding in down dog in our last sun salutation. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the palms, jump or step, plank, chaturanga. Up dog, down dog. Again, empty the belly of the breath, float forward. Land lightly, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Move with your breath. Flow through this sun salutation at your own pace. Plank, chaturanga. Inhale through up dog. Exhale, down dog. Once you've moved through 3 sun salutations, meeting here, holding. Inhale to sweep right leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Set the foot down. Lunge position here. Inhale the arms up. Crescent lunge. Straighten the front leg. And if you'd like to, step the foot forward about a foot to shorten your stance. We're going to come through a pyramid pose here, deeper opening through the back of the legs. In this pose, sometimes it's best to have a shorter stance. We want the hips squared. So if this means you need to train track the feet, widen your stance to achieve this, please do. And it might be nice to have props for the hands eventually. So from here, we're going to open the chest by taking the hands behind the back. Option for prayer. And if this feels out of reach or is painful for the wrists, hold either elbow. Open the shoulders, open the chest, and then slowly, with the hips squared, begin to bring the chest parallel to the mat. Lengthen out of the crown, holding here. Our hip, especially the left in this position, has a tendency to rotate open. So we're closing the hip, drawing the right hip back and the left hip forward. If you have hyperextension, you might want to maintain a micro bend in that front knee. Weight is even through both feet, holding here, building strength through the torso. And then gently release the hands down to props or to the mat and fold over the leg. Nice deep breaths here. Opening. And come back to the intention you set. What is this practice for you? And from here, gentle bend to the front knee. Inhale, step both feet to meet. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the palms, jump or step. Plank. Chaturanga. Widen the collarbones. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, roll over the toes, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Set the foot down between the hands. Inhale the arms up, crescent lunge. Front knee is stacked right over the ankle. And then we'll straighten the front knee. And we'll shorten our stance. Bringing hands to hips, checking that they're square. Train tracking the feet if we need to. And this time, if we can't bring hands into prayer, we'll change the grip. Opposite hand on top. And send the hips back, bring the chest forward until you have one long line from the crown of your head to your tailbone. Strong through the torso, actively grounded through both feet. Notice your hips. Are they squared? Do you need to draw your left hip back and your right hip forward? Breathe here. And from this position, Gently release the hands, bringing them down on either side of the foot or onto props. And you can bow your forehead in towards the knee, surrendering to this pose. And with your inhale, bend the left knee, step the right foot forward, half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, plants the palms, steps your way to plank. Option to move through a vinyasa or straight to down dog. From here, we'll inhale, sweep the right leg up and back. Bend the knee, bring the knee to the nose. Set the foot down. Rotate so that your back heel comes to the mat. Opening up into a side angle. Opening through the inner thigh. You can add a little pressure, elbow to the inside of the knee. Knee stacked right over ankle. Left arm stacks above the right. Shoulders in line. Option to bring the fingertips overhead. And from this side angle, if we want to play with a bind, we can bring the left hand behind the back, reach the right arm up and under the thigh, and meet the hands. If the hands are not meeting for us today, we can use our strap, or we can press backs of the hands into the leg. From here, maintain your bind. If this is a challenge for you, hold here. Think about opening through the chest, spiraling the ribs up towards the ceiling. And if you'd like to play a little further, follow me. You're going to step your back foot to the front of your mat, binded forward fold. Again, if this is enough, hold here. If you'd like to work towards a bird of paradise, start to come onto the right toes, root through the left foot, and begin to lift through the torso. Bird of paradise, open the chest, find length through the crown, and if you'd like, begin to extend the leg. Holding in whatever variation of this pose you find yourself in. And when you're ready, step by step, making your way back. Take a few breaths. If you're in bird of paradise, slowly come back into your fold. Keep the bind. Step your way back, binded side angle. And eventually releasing, all of us meeting back here in a side angle pose. Inhale up, warrior two. Just for a breath. Exhale, windmill the arms, step your way to plank. Option for a flow, or holding down dog for 5 breaths. You are also welcome to take a child's pose for 5 breaths. Choosing a pose that suits you best, serves you best in this moment. Taking time, feel any differences between the left and right sides of the body. Feel the benefits of the poses. Feel the space you've created when you release the mind. And take 5 slow, deep breaths. And when you've taken 5 full rounds of breath, if we've chosen child's pose, make our way back to down dog. And we'll take bird of paradise, flow to the other side. Inhale, sweep left leg up, nice and long. Exhale, knee to nose. Set the foot down. Find crescent lunge. And then dropping the back foot. Heel to the mat. Knee stacked over ankle. Make your way into your side angle pose. Take time, set yourself up here in your side angle. A nice opening through the inner thigh, pressing your tricep into your inside of your knee. And then if you're playing with the bind today, right hand comes behind the low back, left arm reaches up and under the thigh. If fingers are binding, great. Think about spiraling open through the chest, stacking the shoulders, maybe lifting the gaze. Otherwise, using props to aid you here, straps, scarf, the back of your shirt. You can just press palms into the back. And if you'd like to play with Bird of Paradise, come with me. Option to just tiptoe that back foot forward or take a nice big step. Forward fold with the bind. And from this forward fold, you can hold here, hanging out, or you can slowly start to lift the chest, solid through that standing leg until you come up nice and tall through the spine. Maybe you hold here today, working on lengthening, or maybe you start to extend the leg. In whatever position you find yourself in, take a few breaths. Take time. When you're ready, making your way back. If we're in Bird of Paradise, we come into a binded forward fold. From a binded forward fold, we step our foot back. Binded side angle. From binded side angle, we gently release the bind. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, windmill the arms. Step your way to plank. Option for your flow, or come straight into down dog or child's pose. Take your time. We'll meet here in a down dog or a child's pose for 5 breaths. Slow, steady breaths. Breathing a little more deeply than you might have been in your bind. Belly expanding with the inhale. Slow, controlled exhale. And from here, after 5 breaths, make your way back into down dog. Tuck the toes. Inhale to bring the right foot up and back. Bend the knee and send the sole of the foot over the body. Take time here to make sure you're just opening through the hip. So shoulders are staying squared to the mat. And we're rotating open through that right hip. Pressing evenly through the palms and the left foot. And then as you exhale, draw a nice big circle with the knee. Bring the knee all the way up to the right wrist, ankle to left wrist. Setting ourselves up for a pigeon pose here. Take time. We're lifting through the pelvic floor. And if we want a nice deep stretch to the outside of the hip, the fullest expression of this would be shin parallel to the front of the mat. But every body is different, and that might not be accessible to most of us. And so if you're like me, you'll want your heel a little closer to that left hip, more of an angle through the knee, and keeping support under that right hip if it's floating up off the mat and you're not engaging your muscles. Or you can engage through your pelvic floor, actively lifting, lengthening, staying in control, and supporting the hip joint. Take a peek behind you. If, like me, your foot is sickling inwards, press the top of your foot into the mat, getting a nice engagement, lengthening through the ankle. And you can hold here in your pigeon pose, or if you'd like to come down to a more restful place, prop the hip, and slowly begin to make your way down onto blocks, bolster, pillows, or come flush with the mat. And as your torso comes forward, stay aware of your knee. If you're getting any pain, any pulling sensation in the knee, then bring the chest back up. Sometimes the weight of our torso can put too much strain on the knee. Take 3 slow breaths in this pigeon pose. And then from here, gently begin to lift the chest. Walk the hands back in. Getting a little quad release, quad stretch here. Bring the heel of your left foot towards the back body. You can be actively stretching this here by engaging through the leg and just drawing the foot in with your muscles. Or you can take a little bit of a passive stretch by bringing that left hand to the inside of the left foot and drawing the foot in towards you. Passively stretching can sometimes allow us to get a deeper stretch, but it could also cause strain. So if you're feeling pulling through the knee, then just release the foot and come back to that active stretch. Breathing here. And then releasing, tuck the toes, plant the palms, sweep your foot all the way up and back. 3-legged dog, extend the leg. Option here to take a wild thing. As you open through the hip, taking the right foot over the body, you can bring it all the way over, flipping your dog. Wild thing. Nice deep breaths. Opening through the front body. With control, come back through center, 3-legged dog. Exhale, down dog. Taking that to the other side, inhale, left leg lifts. As you exhale, bend the knee, take the foot over the body. Keep breathing here. Make sure the shoulders aren't rotating open, just opening through the hip. Active through that left foot. And then take a nice big wide circle. Draw the knee towards left wrist. Ankle towards right wrist. And come long through the back leg. Pigeon pose on the other side. From here you can get a better view of the hip. So if you are off of the ground like me and you want to rest in your pigeon, put a prop under the hip, finding support. Take a peek at that back foot. Is it sickling in? Can you press the top of the foot into the mat, finding length? Engage the pelvic floor, feel a lift. Hips are squared. And then if we're softening into this pose, chest can come forward, finding a place of rest. 3 breaths. Inhale to lift the chest. Begin to draw the right heel towards the back body. And from here, if you want an active stretch, keep reaching, keep flexing. Feeling the quad lengthen as the hamstrings contract, the glutes contract. And then if you'd like to deepen this, make it a passive stretch, you can gently draw the foot in, finding a little more length in the quad. Breathing here. Elbow is pointing down towards the mat so that we're rotating open through the front of the shoulder. And gently releasing whatever variation of the stretch we were in, tucking the toes. Sweep that left leg all the way up and back. Option for Wild Thing is you rotate open through the hip. You can bring the sole of the foot all the way to the mat and flip your dog. Wild Thing, send the hips up to the ceiling. Reach out of that left arm. Breathing here. And then we'll slowly, with control, rotate that to our mat. Down dog. And from here, come onto the knees. Separate, or cross the ankles, rather, and come onto your sits bones. We're going to come through a cow face pose. So from here, we're going to take left foot on the bottom, left leg and foot on the bottom first, drawing right leg over top, root through the sits bones. As the sits bones root down, draw the knee in, getting an opening through the outside of the leg. And from here, if you're able to, stack the knees. If you find that stacking the knees causes the sits bones to lift up off the mat, you can either prop until you're rooted, or just keep the sole of that right foot pressing into the mat. From here, a few options for you. So with cow face legs, you might want to add in the arms as well. So you could bring right hand to the back, right hand down the back, reach the left arm around, meet the fingers. If the fingers aren't meeting today, you can use your strap, you can hold the back of your shirt, and you can walk the hands towards each other. If they are meeting, practicing your bind again. Binding the hands. Stay long through the neck, we're not bowing the head to be here. Actively reaching right elbow up, left elbow down, and growing taller through the spine. If the bind isn't in our practice today and we want a more restful cow face pose, we can start to walk the hands forward, deepening the stretch through the inner hips. And if we'd like, even bowing our head. So these minor adjustments will feel different in every body. For me, when I bow the head, I find a deeper stretch through my glute, through the outside of my hip. For some, this might come as a stretch in your shoulders, your upper back. Wherever you feel it, send the breath there. Create more space with your inhales. And allow yourself to soften into the pose with your exhales. Use your next inhale if you're folded to walk back up. If you're binded, to unwind. And then we're going to have a little fun with our transition. So if you'd like to get creative with your transition to the other side, you can follow me. Otherwise, you can just switch the legs. So if you would like to play with this, bring the hands to the mat, tuck your toes under, lift your hips. Walk yourself all the way around the mat until you come back to the front and sit the hips again. If you didn't get lost along the way, then you should have your left leg now stacked on your right. If you did get lost, no worries, just come back into the cow face pose, opposite leg on top. Again, if your sits bones are not rooted to the mat, if you're not stable in your base, Then bring the sole of the left foot to the mat and hug the knee in. You can still play with the variations from this base. If you are stacking the knees and you'd like to add in the arms, this time left hand comes behind the back, right arm reaches up and under, and you meet the fingers. Keep long through the throat, lengthen through the crown, stack the spine. Energize left elbow up, right elbow down, envisioning one beautiful line through the body. And if you want to come for that fold instead, start to walk the hands forward, taking time for your body to adjust and open. And finally, bowing the head. Always welcome to use a pillow to prop yourself up so that you can find that place of rest. And as you lift the gaze, lift the chest, walk your hands back in, or unwind from your bind. We're going to release the legs, bringing soles of the feet to the mat wide, and just windshield wiper the knees side to side, releasing the hips. And then we're going to roll down onto our back bodies. So from here, option to take a boat pose, deeper activation through the core, working on our core strength. You can use your boat pose to come into your supine position back on the mat, or if you'd like a gentle variation of this, you can just slowly roll down, low back, mid back, upper back, until you find yourself on the mat. From either position, your boat to supine or your roll to supine, start to bring the soles of the feet in towards your sits bones. Brush the heels with your fingertips. We're going to come into a bridge pose. So the proper setup for this, knees are facing the ceiling, mindful not to splay them or to cave them in. Sturdy through the legs. Press through the soles of the feet as you start to float your hips up to the ceiling. From here, the weight is in your feet and your shoulders, not in your head and your neck. And then you can walk your shoulder blades under you a little bit further. Interlace the fingers if you'd like. Taking a variation of bridge that you can hold for 5 breaths. If you'd like support in your bridge, more restorative version, you can always bring a blanket, a block, place it under the sacrum, have a nice space of support, rest the hips down, and find relaxation. Stay breathing here, nice, deep, and slow. And then when you've taken 5 full rounds of breath, removing props if you've used them, you're slowly going to roll down upper back, mid back, low back, coming onto the mat. You can take time here again to bring knees side to side, windshield wipering the legs. And we're going to come into one final pose before our Shavasana. And today I'm going to lead us through a happy baby pose. But if you'd prefer something else, please feel free to take it. For coming into happy baby, bend the knees, float the soles of the feet up to the sky, hands come to the outsides of the feet, and we start to draw the knees down on either side of the body. We want a slight tuck to our chin so that we're long out of the crown of the head. And mindful that your low back isn't coming up off the mat. You want to soften the low back down so that we have a long spine. We're not straining the lumbar spine. And you can play here. You can get creative. Rocking side to side, massaging the back, supporting muscles along the spine. You can send the legs long and wide. And if you've come into a different pose, perhaps a twist, just being mindful that what you do to one side, you do to the other. So this would be a good time to change sides. If we're in an inversion, shoulder stand, you can play with variations there. Taking a few more breaths wherever we are. And then we'll gently release, sending legs long down the mat. Let the feet be wide, toes fall open. You can walk the shoulder blades down the mat, arms out at your sides, palms facing the ceiling. And gently closing down the eyes or softening your gaze. Take time in this final pose. Shavasana is a beautiful healing pose. Let the body completely relax, fully release. And so from this space of relaxation, begin to scan your body with the breath. Take a full inhale. Send it through the body. Seek out any spaces where you're still holding tension, tightness. And imagine that you can gather it up with the breath. Use your exhale to release it from the body. And as you work your way through, you feel the toes soften. The arches of your feet grow heavy. Your calves melting into the mat. Your quads and hamstrings release. Your hips soften. The back body supported by the earth. Shoulders melt away from ears. Jaw releases, tongue heavy. Forehead, eyelids soft. And each time you witness your mind wander, bring the focus back to your breath. If you set a simple intention, one word, one sentence, let it rest in your mind. Breathe into that intention. And if you have time to stay in Shavasana, please feel free. You can pause the video here. You can give your body more space. And cultivate that same space in your mind. If you'd like to close the practice with me now, take a deeper inhale. Feel your belly rise. Feel your chest lift. And as you exhale, let your whole body grow heavy, supported by the mat, the earth. And send your next inhale to the farthest points in your body. As it reaches, fingers and toes begin to wiggle them. Work your way inwards by rolling wrists and ankles. Gently bring one ear towards the mat, and then the other. Open your jaw wide, releasing tension you might not know you were holding. And if it feels good in this moment, come for a full body stretch with an inhale. Arms overhead, feet reaching in the opposite direction. And use an exhale to roll onto the side body. Take time here. Take a moment resting on the side body. And when you feel ready, coming into a comfortable seat, finding any meditative position. You can gently close down the eyes or soften the gaze. And I offer you this mantra to take with you. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. And I'll chant this 3 times, feeling the reverberations. And you're welcome to join me. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. Thank you for sharing your time and your practice with me. Namaste.